keys are to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time.
It is.
And guess what? You can't talk about the draft without finding hidden gems, sleepers, dark horses, guys that nobody talks about that could make an impact on someone's roster, whether it's getting drafted late or hitting them in undrafted free agency. And I think we might have found some.
We definitely found some. I mean, I know for a fact that we found at least a few.
Yeah.
And some of you have been clamoring for this. You've been super excited about it. You've been wanting this episode. We didn't want to rush this one. This is one of the ones we wanted to take a lot of time with and care. A lot of people put their stuff out really early on their sleepers. I feel it's a mistake because you're missing out on hitting guys that you should normally talk about that your team has options to go get and like to pick up in the draft and stuff. So for us, we wanted to sit back, sit tight, wait a little bit, do some real good solid research. And we did. You got the one yesterday. All right, we did the one yesterday, defensive sleepers, right before the day before the draft. And this morning, you're waking up, you get this right here, this golden gem of an episode right before day one of the draft. Most of these guys aren't going anywhere near. No one's going to even take these guys in day one of the draft. And that's okay, because you're sitting on this information for day three. Got a couple of days to process this all, let it sink in, and then maybe some of these names get called, or better yet, maybe none of them get called, and the Niners can swoop them up as undrafted free agents.
I think that's what's most likely for most of these guys, undrafted free agents. Some of them may go late in the draft. Maybe sometimes teams will see them the way we view them. We view some of these guys through the lens that these guys could be big-time players, and maybe someone takes a chance on them. We're going to find out, but you know what's going to be a lot of fun? Talking about these guys, because some of them are really fun to talk about.
That is correct, good sir. That is correct. And the first guy is Debo freaking Jr. And we're not just going to talk about him. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're going to get some film while we talk about this young man here, Debo Jr. This kid is electric. He is lights out. This kid runs hard, as you can see right there, right now.
Yeah, this guy is a very fun watch. I mean, he just gets up and makes plays right away. Watch this one. He's going to press up against the line of scrimmage, jump cut, find the open hole away from the puller. I mean, and then now he's upfield getting vertical, and he has the speed to get the rest of the way. He's a 4.48 guy, so he's got plenty of speed to get it done. Like I said, this guy can get to the third level. He might not be able to, make it past everyone, but he can definitely cause problems.
I mean, look at him right there. It looks like Debo Samuel after catching the ball, running after the catch there. I mean, it's just incredible. The kid runs so freaking hard and physical, and it takes him like a half step to get to full speed. Once he gets to full speed too, it's really hard to catch him in space. Once he knives through, look at here again, little screen, little flip out. And he is just gone. You're not going to catch this guy once he gets out in open space. He's fast. He's physical. He gets to top speed quickly. And once he's at top speed, he ain't trying to juke you. He's going to put his shoulder down and run through you.
I mean, look at him right there, just getting away from tacklers, getting vertical, getting the yards that he needs. That is impressive to see. I mean, this is the kind of guy you want in your offense because he can make things happen. When there's nothing there, he's still being creative, breaking arm tackles, and getting up the field and getting positive yards. You don't want guys that are just going to juke around and lose yardage, get positive gains, and this guy does it.
He 100% does, man. I'll tell you what, he is an impressive watch. He's an impressive guy to look out for. I think he's going to be an undrafted guy, and if he's an undrafted guy, holy cow, someone is going to get a dude who can make some impact. Maybe day one. I wouldn't be shocked. The way he plays the game of football, the way he runs, this is special. This is a special kid.
It would be a fun guy to watch in training camp.
Oh,
please, 49ers, sign this guy.
Take care of business for the love of everything good and holy in the world. All right, next up, offensive lineman from Miami of Ohio, Mr. Tommy Doyle. Very special talent here at the tackle position.
I like Tommy Doyle. I really do. I think that he's somebody that moves good. Look at him playing in the zone scheme right now, getting down, getting to second level. That is what you want to see from a 49ers offensive lineman. He's somebody that you could get late, somebody that could play tackle. I don't see him as a right tackle. I mean, a left tackle. A right tackle he could play, and he can also translate into guard.
100%. And look at the pad level there. I mean, just right there. He does a great job, too, of not overextending on the kick slide. Keeps himself low, good pad level almost all the time. does a really good job in space, especially with zone concepts once he gets leverage of getting his hips around so the guy can't come back and make a play, even if it's necessarily not the best angle in the world. Like right there, for example, he does a great job of on that last one, turning his hips inside because the guy wanted to go inside. He's like, I know my guy's supposed to run here, but you know what? Fine, I'll wall it off and let him bounce it outside if he'd like to. I really like a lot of the things he does, and he's another guy that's probably going to be undrafted or go late. And man, San Francisco has shown they can develop guys later in rounds.
Agreed.
This guy's got a lot of the physical tools and as well as the fundamental tools already down pat that you need to have success as a tackle in this league, especially at the right tackle position. This guy could be a guy to watch out for in the league in a couple of years.
Yeah, improved strength, I think, is what he needs to do. That would be a goal to work on. But other than that, he's pretty smooth, and you can see he gets people to the ground pretty consistently. But there are areas, that he needs to grow, but that's why he's going to be a late-round guy.
100%, absolutely going to be a late-round guy, but could be a very, very talented and impactful late-round guy in a few years for a team. Hopefully it's San Francisco, and if he's undrafted, man, it very well could be. Why would you not want to come play in San Francisco? Why would you not want to work with this O-line?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe a guy like Joe Staley is going to be a future coach on the roster, and that's going to entice people a little bit more. Next, a Notre Dame prospect. But it isn't Ian Book, y'all. I know you see him there on the screen, but it's not the guy that we're talking about. Oh, no. It's Ben Skowronek, the receiver who transferred there this past season as a senior. This kid's actually fairly talented. I like the film. He looks a little awkward, but man, he's got some good hands. He's physical. He catches the ball out away from his body, which you love to see as a wide receiver. I mean, look at that one. That was beautiful.
And more athleticism than you think. Look at the way he was able to outrun the safeties from Pittsburgh and get to the end zone. He's a guy that, is probably going to be in the shadow of Chase Claypool from last year. I was very high on Claypool. And I watched Skowronek play in games this year. I mean, look at him running the fly sweep. You don't usually see that from a 6'3" wide receiver, of that size, 226 pounds. But he can go for the jump balls. He can play. Look at him just catching the ball. No slow, he doesn't slow down when he catches the ball. He continues the forward motion. So, I think he would be an option for the 49ers, especially late. And
I think poor man's Chase Claypool is a good comparison for him right now because he doesn't have all the athleticism that Claypool has.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I don't think he's as clean of a route runner as Claypool is, but the physicality, he can do a lot of different things. You can utilize him in the fly sweep actions, a lot of the running situations. I mean, look at that, going up and down in space, maintaining his balance. I mean, those types of things. That's what we're looking for in a wide receiver, a positionless guy who can do a lot of different things.
And we've seen the 49ers take a chance on Jawan Jennings last year. Why wouldn't they take a chance on this guy? He's similar size, a little bit faster.
100%. It could happen. It is doable. We'll have to wait and see. Next guy from East Carolina, one Dante Smith, tackle prospect. Do you think he's going to stay as a tackle prospect in the league?
No, I think he's going to be a guard. Because of his size, he's about 295 pounds. I think he's going to translate inside to guard, and he's going to be one heck of a zone guard. Look at him get to the second level, just playing physical.
Dominating.
Pretty good pad level for his size, too. He's got long arms, 35-inch arms.
That's huge.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get extension and be able to make plays. Like, that was a great block. This guy's legit.
Oh, no, and he definitely looks the part. I mean, he looks the part. This is a big thing with a lot of big, intimidating tackle prospects. Some of them don't play dominating, like on film you watch him. He looks every bit the part of a dominant player at that tackle position with his size and the arm length and stuff. I really like the things that he does. He was a name that literally you just brought up to my attention the other day, and I'll tell you what, this guy in the right place, in the right system with the right coaching staff, he's going to be special.
And that's him playing guard right there. Look at him get down the line. He's super athletic, and I think that's what's the most impressive thing. Super athletic and able to make that kick-out block. He's winning some one-on-ones, which one-on-ones are not easy to do for an offensive lineman.
Never easy for an offensive lineman. Those one-on-one drills are set up for the defense to succeed.
Got beat a little bit inside. Recovery, though, was pretty nice. I think he does have work. That's why he's going to be a developmental talent. But this guy fits Kyle's system.
He does. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for them taking a shot with this guy. I'm all for them giving this dude a chance and giving him a run, because at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt, especially with young guys like that.
Yeah.
That aren't going to get drafted or going to go late. All it takes is for one thing to click with them, get the right place, right coaching, right technique stuff that needs to get cleaned up. If it gets cleaned up, they could blossom. They could blow up. There's been tons of guys, tons of tackles in the league, and tons of guards, tons of linemen in the league that have blown up and been undrafted guys and have had Hall of Fame careers. It happens. It's not unlikely. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but you can't knock taking an undrafted or a late round flyer on a tackle or guard prospect, because at the end of the day, you don't really know what their ceiling is. There's a reason they're a late round flyer.
I think if he gets in the zone blocking scheme and he gets his weight up to about 300 pounds, this guy has the potential to be, a big time player. I really do. I like him a lot.
Man, I really hope so. Next guy on the list is another bruising physical runner, but this guy isn't a little small package. No. This is like Legarrette Blunt right here. Legarrette Blunt levels of big, physical, and just mean.
This is Natron Means. The younger version. I like the way he looks like a bowling ball. I mean, look at him right there just bouncing off guys. But what you're going to notice is I know his actual time wasn't fast in his pro day.
It was about a 4.7.
4.7, but look at him pull away from the guys that he's playing, which means there are guys that are just faster with the ball in their hand, and he looks like he's one of them.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things, combine speed and stats. I mean, Terrell Davis was one of those guys, combine statistically. His 40 time was on the slower side. People thought it wouldn't translate. And then you watch Terrell Davis in a game with the ball in his hand, and he don't look slow anymore.
Oh, yeah.
This is what this reminds me of. I mean, not necessarily Terrell Davis, but ball in the hand speed when the adrenaline's pumping and the blood's flowing, and it's game time, it's time to show out. This guy's going to show out, and you're going to get just a different level. It's a different gear with the Caleb Huntley. And again, as a guy who's most likely going to go undrafted because running back position is devalued, he's not a typical bruising speed, but if you're looking for as a guy who could potentially replace what a Jeff Wilson sort of role is on the team, this guy could do it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you let the film talk. I mean, you can't watch these highlights and think that this guy doesn't have a potential spot in the NFL. I mean, somebody that can run inside, especially around the red zone, the physicality, but still have enough speed to get to the, past the second level and have big time runs.
Oh, 100%. I like what I see out of the kid. I like the way he runs. He's got a high motor. He doesn't quit. And you know what? When you got a running back that doesn't quit and got a high motor like that, they can make big plays. As long as he protects the football, which this kid has done, you usually don't have many problems there.
Agreed.
Next one is a big old fat prospect, and shout out to Real Bucks Talk for this breakdown on Storm Foresight, because this is the video that I watched when I first saw him. I'm a Florida fan. He never really jumped off the screen until I watched this video.
Yeah.
And saw the measurables and saw everything else, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, 6'8", 307, 34-inch wingspan with the arms, 34-inch reach, excuse me. This kid has potential. He's flying up boards right now because of the 6'8" size and frame and everything else. But for the most part, this kid is a potential prospect. He's got a lot of work that he's got to clean up, but he's got all the physical tools and checks all the boxes to have success at the NFL level.
I think the big thing, just on the first play that you notice, number one, he's playing high. Number two, he let the defender get into his chest plate.
Yep.
And if you consistently let guys in the NFL do that, you're going to be in trouble. I don't care how big you are. D Ford would have just pushed him into the quarterback. Nick Bosa would have got underneath him and put him on his back. So those are things he's going to have to improve. But you can see he just plays high. He's looks like Trent Brown. I mean, he does. Early Trent Brown. Now Trent Brown has developed more. This guy have the ability to develop? Of course he does. But that's why he's a hidden gem and not somebody that should go in the first 2 rounds.
100%. And the big thing is here, that these highlights here against Al-Jalari, he shows a lot of promise in pass pro sets, especially against speed rushers. There's a lot of things there. It's going to come down to pad length and pad height with him and cleaning up technique. If he can do those things, though, he has the opportunity and the ability. This was not a great one. They highlighted this play. I wasn't a big fan of this because an NFL linebacker is going to rip right through there. And make that
he would
play.
have went. Fred Warner would have went underneath and stuffed him right in the backfield.
Correct. This is not a play that I would highlight personally. I think there's a lot of things wrong with it here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he is a big dude, big body, 6'8". It's going to be harder to maneuver around him. And like we said, if we cleans up technique stuff, he has the potential to be a blow-up prospect. The question now is just going to be, where is he going to go? Because he is flying up boards because of the measurables.
Yeah, and I've seen him going, rounds 3, rounds 4, and really this guy should be late 5, early 6.
Yeah, late 5, early 6 is great.
Yeah,
for him. It'd be wonderful for him because he's going to go somewhere that's going to invest a lot of good time.
Agreed.
The last guy on this list for offensive sleepers is a guy we've been waiting to break down. It's one of Ant's favorite undrafted receiver prospects. And again, the more film I watch of Mr. Amatter Beebe, the more I understand why. This guy knows how to go up and get the ball in space. This guy played in a system in which, look, that's not a great throw.
No.
Having to go make a contested
But he did beat
catch.
Shakur Brown, who's also going to get drafted.
Correct. And he beat him bad because
Yeah.
if you see the actual full clip of that one, he's about a good 3-5 yards ahead of him and has to come back inside to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the way he went up to get the ball, then the run after the catch. I think all these things lend and make me think that he could be a Mohamed Sanu style player. That's what I see when I watch him. I mean, just the body style. He's got a lot more speed than people think.
And I think he's a little bit bigger built frame than Sanu was coming out of college at this point.
Oh, I think so.
I think the physicality, he's a little bit more physical receiver than Sanu was. But man, I'll tell you what, the more I watch film of him, the more impressed I am by his ability to catch the ball in space, contested.
Oh yeah.
He goes up and grabs the ball in contested situations where a lot of guys in college might not pull those down. Look at this one right here. I mean, whoop, up over the top. He had space and separation between the guy and still found a way to go up in front of the defender and pull the ball down. I mean, that's special. That's special right there. You don't see that a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, and look at this is the aggressiveness, the way he was not going to be stopped, not going to be denied. This is a Kyle Shanahan style receiver.
Oh, yeah, the physicality, the bruisingness in which he plays. I mean, all of those things bode well for Mr. Amader Beebe. I think all of those things are what make him a guy that Niners might actually target if he doesn't get drafted. I'm a little surprised he wouldn't even... I'm surprised he might not go in the 7th round. I think a team may take a flyer on him, and who knows, maybe it's San Francisco. But I don't think San Francisco will if they think they can get him as an undrafted guy.
I mean, I have seen him go as high as the 4th round in mock drafts.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. If you're willing to overlook the numbers and stuff from his time at Illinois, if you're willing to overlook those things as a Fighting Illini member, then you're gonna check the measurables, look at everything else he can do, and go, yeah, you know what, this guy's worth it. He can develop into something. We're willing to take a chance on him. Because in all honesty, that Illini offense is not that impressive.
No, stop looking at stats, start looking at film. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Watch these guys play. If you get so stuck on the stats, you don't understand who they're playing and who their quarterback is and what offense they're in. This guy got recruited by USC. This guy went to USC. I mean, this guy is not a joke. He's a legit player. That's why him and Ihmir Smith-Marsette are two of my favorite receivers in the entire draft, and not some that people talk a lot about.
Undervalued guys. These are all undervalued sleepers. Let us know what you think down below in the comments section. What do you think? You love these guys? You hate them? Do any of them have potential? Are the Niners getting all of them? Probably not, but they could grab a few, and if they do, it better be Israel Tucker.
I do want Israel Tucker, and I want Amader Beebe.
100%.
And also I want Dante Smith because I just love him.
Just get them all.
Get them all. Yeah,
maybe Stone Foresight, but probably not.
Not him,
because
no.
4th round is where he's projecting to go right now. It's a little much.
I don't want him.
If he wants to fall to 6 or 7, I'm fine with it.
Maybe.
I'm all right with it.
I mean, there's a reason we traded Trent Brown.
There is a reason we traded Trent Brown. That is accurate indeed. Very, very accurate. While you're down there also commenting and letting us know what you think and hyping these guys up, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, because draft day is literally today. It is happening tonight. We go live 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on this channel, specifically at 5 o'clock. You don't want to miss our live reactions to pick 3. You don't want to miss our conversations around who's taken, who goes where. We're going to have a blast tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be outstanding tonight. You're going to want to make sure you're there. The energy is going to be fantastic. We're going to be so excited. When the Niners go on the clock, it is going to be, just off the charts energy, electric. I can't wait for it. Who are they going to take? We don't have to wait much longer.
Don't have to wait much longer. Until then, 49ers fans, I'm going to go change real quick, and you stay safe.
And remember, the right way
is always the 49ers way. I got to get out of these clothes.